morning. Happy almost summer, or official almost summer. Hope you're feeling good, awake, and alive as we get our bodies moving. Have some very bright pants on today that almost look like they are not real. At least that's what it looks like for me. But that's beside the point. Here we go. Let's get moving. Shoulders loosening up. How are your shoulders feeling? How are they moving today? Good, I hope. We're actually going to use the strap with the shoulders, with the legs today. So that's why I was saying make sure you have a strap. I was thinking about just range of motion and how sometimes it's nice to have an extension beyond our range of motion to assist us into different moves and different stretches. So make sure you have a yoga strap or belt or towel or something handy. Releasing into the shoulders, now beginning to get into the waist as well a little bit, feeling that squeeze of the belly as we take it side to side. Feeling that centrifugal force in your body, the blood flowing out to the fingertips. And then coming into the hips, kind of doing what we do to get warmed up, to start to just connect and check in with our body. And now here, even connecting in with our breath as we take it around, inhaling and exhaling. I can't remember if I shared this with you guys or somebody else, but I've been reading more and more about the diaphragmatic breathing. And there's such an emphasis, I think, because we say to push it down to the belly, the breathing, because the anxiety breathing that resides, go ahead and switch if you haven't already, that resides up into the chest is sort of where you tell people to take a deep breath and they take a deep breath up into their chest. So you want to push that breath down into the belly to get that diaphragm activated. But go ahead and come to the knees. What I've been reading more and more about the diaphragmatic breathing is it's not just the belly, it's really getting that whole torso engaged in your breath, starting in the belly, rising up into the chest, filling the lungs, and then taking it back down to the belly. So that's where the full diaphragm gets activated. So in a second, we'll check that out after we get down to our ankles. Hopefully you circled your knees both directions. If not, take a second to do that before coming down to your ankles. Both directions, shake it out. Get the arms, get the shoulders, check the head. A little tension in the head. Maybe if you just slept funny or whatever, you might even notice that a little bit. Taking it side to side. Yes, no, forward and back. And then coming into Tadasana or mountain pose. And let's just check that breath for a moment. So I always thought when I put my hand on my heart, my hand on my stomach, that it was kind of nice because one's on my heart, one's on my belly. But now more and more, I'm using it from a functional standpoint of as I inhale and fill the belly up, I want to feel that breath rise all the way up into my hand as well. So that I feel that full breath rising up. And then as I exhale, feeling it coming all the way down. So as you inhale, start in the belly. Feel it rise up into the chest. And then as you exhale, press it down. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. And another way you can really feel it too is by taking your hands and wrapping them around your rib cage, just right underneath. If you're wearing a bra, which I don't think all of you are, but if you are, you could wrap it right at the bra line and take an inhale and feel it expand and exhale. And really feel the rib cage squeeze together at the spine. Taking an inhale and exhale. And so the breath is good for two reasons. It's going to guide us through our practice as we move. So taking our arms down onto our sides and taking that inhale, reaching up, big inhale, and then exhale, hinging at the hips, allowing yourself to fold all the way forward. So here the breath is guiding us through this standing half sun salutation as we inhale, rise up halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, rise up, reach up all the way. And exhale, hands to heart. It's also going to help to keep us safe because every time you engage the core as you move, you're tightening all those muscles around your spine, protecting your back. As you again inhale, rise up. Exhale, squeeze the belly as you lower down. The lower back is activated, folding it in, releasing the lower back. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, release the shoulders, the head, the neck, everything. Inhale, rise up, reach up all the way again. And exhale, hands to heart. Just starting out slow like a locomotive engine, getting it revving up. Inhale, exhale, fold it in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up again, reach it up, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. We're gonna do it one more time. Inhaling, lifting your heart, getting a little back bend. Every time you lift your heart and get a back bend, it's a little mini mood enhancer for you. So maybe you want to get a little mood enhancement for your day. As you exhale, fold it in, release. Inhaling halfway. This time we're going to take a little twist while we're down here. So we're going to come on down. I'm going to take my left hand in front of my left toes, bend my left knee, keep my right leg straight as I open up my right arm up towards the sky. You might have a block underneath your hand that's down to the ground, especially if your hand's not touching the ground and you want to get that bend to your knee and lift and lengthen the spine and twist and open up. Relax the shoulder that's down to the ground. Make sure you're not bearing down on that shoulder. You should be using your side obliques, your upper body strength to lift and lengthen you up, and then squeeze and twist. And then circle your arm around. Big sweeping motions. There's that click of my shoulder again as I take it the other direction. And then inhale, reach up, open up. And then bending your elbow, slipping your hand behind you at your lower back. Open up the shoulder that much more as you create that little bit of traction with the hand resting at the lower back, palm facing out. Big inhale. And now the hand that's down to the ground, see what it would feel like to sink your hand flat. A little bit deeper bend. Maybe you have your hand on a block here. Still not bearing down on that shoulder, just sinking a little bit deeper down towards the floor. And then float back up onto the fingertips as you inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. And exhale, both legs straighten, forward fold. Allow yourself to hang, soften, and melt. Maybe you form a box around your head, grabbing opposite elbows and sway a little bit side to side. Shaking your head, yes, no. Maybe if your hamstrings are tight, you put a bend to your knees here so that you can fold and release a little bit more. Might even give a little bounce, just a little soft bounce to the knees, the head, the neck, creating just a little bit of release in the body. Noticing how that feels. Noticing if it loosens up anything in your lower back. Notice if it loosens anything up in your neck. Feeling rooted in the feet. Feeling connected with all your toes pressing. You ball of your foot, the heel of the foot, adding just that little bounce to the hips. Releasing. And then settle in once more. Release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, rise up halfway. We're going to take it back up. Exhale, fold it in just to get the blood flow back up. Ooh. And through the body. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're back up to standing, and then we'll take it back down again, taking it to the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, this time I'm going to take my right hand in front of my right toes about 6 inches. Bend my right knee, left arm's opening up. Check that right shoulder. No tension, not bearing down on it as you lift and lengthen. Exhale, squeeze and twist. Circle the arm around. Remember, you could have that block there for you if you wanted it to place your hand connecting you to the earth, both directions. And then big inhale, reaching, lengthening, extending, opening, and then flipping the palm, slipping the hand behind just to the lower back. Actually, you could even take your hand, if it's available, and hook it around to the thigh here. If you could see, I'm wrapping all the way around. And then it's just a little bit of extra leverage there for you if it's available to you. And then opening up your shoulder to the ceiling. And then remember, we sank that hand down towards the ground, or if you've got your block, maybe you're sinking down to your block. Really, really gets into a deeper stretch on that straight leg as you do it. Big inhale and exhale. And then coming back up onto the fingertips as you release the hand that was wrapped behind you, lift up and lengthen up. And exhale, fold it in. Once again, release your head, neck and shoulders, everything down. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up all the way, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, getting there. We're getting there. A little bit wider stance, still feet parallel. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding it in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, we're going to just bop back and forth between bent knees. So taking it side to side. So we got into the back of the legs. Now we want to get into the inner thigh here for a moment. So just taking it side to side. And again, you can have your blocks here for you to take it side to side, side to side. So keep floating for a moment. Just check. You might sit with one side for a moment. Really breathe into it. And then sit for a moment. Breathe into that side. And now come back to center. And now with your fingertips just grazing the ground, just subtly shift your hips side to side. Side to side. We're not bending our knees or anything. We're just getting right into this inner thigh here. So just a little shifting side to side. And then taking your hands onto your waist, lift and lengthen. So now from the side, you want to feel that your back is flat, and then feel the elbows squeezing up. Taking an inhale and exhale, lifting and lengthening, holding, using those lower back muscles, big inhale, and then once again, exhale, release, bend the knees, sink it down. Let your head, your neck, your shoulders release and relax. Taking an inhale and exhale, press all the way up to standing, inhaling, reaching up, rising up all the way. And exhale, hands to heart. Taking an inhale, interlace your hands, press your palms up towards the ceiling. Feel yourself pressing into the feet, lengthening in the side body, pressing up into those palms. Big inhale, and then exhale, relax the shoulders. And then this time as you inhale, press and lean over to the side. Let your head, neck, and shoulders release as you fold it over. And then come on up and take it over to the other side. Releasing, relaxing, checking in. And then come up again, reach up, lift up, press your hands up as you lift your heart. Exhale, interlace your hands behind, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your heart up, and then exhale, fold it in. Releasing your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, melt as you bend one knee, your shoulder to that bent knee. As you open up the opposite shoulder towards the sky, that same side leg is straight. Lifting and lengthening, squeeze and twist. And then come back to center and take it to the other side. Lifting and lengthening, squeeze and twist. And now come back to center one more time. Release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up, reach up, rise up. And exhale, stepping it back together, hands to heart. All right, are we feeling loose and good? Let's take it to the top of the mat. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding it in. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, you can plant your hands. Here's a couple options for you with this. You can come back to a down dog just as you normally would, or you can use your blocks to step back to a down dog, which is going to give you a little lift, maybe allowing you to sink your heels just that much more. But in any event, we're going to be in down dog. So in down dog, we want to press our palms. We want to spread our fingers wide. We want to feel ourselves with our heels sinking down, but we want to feel our hips lifting up and our heart coming to our toes. So if for whatever reason, if we're finding that we're rounded in our spine like this, maybe put a bend to your knees so that you can feel the lengthening in the spine as you press your heart to your toes. And then once you have that feeling of lengthening in your spine, then see to what degree you can straighten your legs. Taking an inhale and exhale all the while. One more inhale and exhale, this time coming down onto hands and knees. Inhale, opening up, and then exhale, pressing it back. So just taking it through that motion of inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then inhale, opening it up, and then coming into a neutral spine where your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips, and taking your right leg back and your left arm forward for sunbird. Big inhale, reaching, lengthening. Exhale, squeeze it under, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Couple more. Reaching, lengthening. Squeeze it under. Inhale and exhale. Two more. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Taking an inhale, reaching and lengthening. Keep that right leg up. Set the left hand down with the right leg. Spin it flat so that the right foot is pressed flat just behind the toes of the left. So you should have an alignment of toes pointing to the arch of your right foot. Make sure your left hand is underneath your shoulder as you lift up into the side obliques, and take your right hand maybe to your hip to start. And finding our balance. And then reaching up with our right arm. Big inhale, opening, expanding, and then see what it would feel like to stay on that same plane of motion with your right arm. Take the hand down towards the hip, so that way you are sure that you're in that same plane of motion. Take it down towards the hip, and then reach it all the way up and over your head, pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, lifting and lengthening and stretching through the right fingertips. Check your neck for any tension. Check your left shoulder that's down to the ground for any tension. Are you bearing down on it or crunching up between your shoulder and your ear? See if you can create space between your shoulder and your ear as you stretch out that full side body on your right side. Taking an inhale, reaching your right hand up. You might take your right hand back to your hip or keep it up in the air as you flirt with the idea of lifting your right leg up off the ground, bringing it to a 90-degree angle. See what that feels like. Again, working with our side obliques to fire us up, to keep us strong and steady. Big inhale, opening, expanding, reaching. And now we're going to exhale. We're going to take our right hand, right knee back down onto the ground and bring our left arm up and open it up and circle the wrist of the left. Both directions. And then with the left hand, we're going to reach up and exhale, thread the left hand through the right hand, right knee as we slip our left shoulder down to the ground, resting our head onto our left shoulder, left side of the head. Finding ourselves releasing, relaxing, softening, and melting. And a couple of options. You could stay here. If for whatever reason you needed to have a block to rest your head so that you felt connected into the earth and then still get a relaxing stretch for the neck and shoulder, that's an option too. Other options are to bring the right hand up and wrap it around, similar to how we did earlier when we were standing, wrapping it around. And then the last option, kind of silly, but for whatever reason, it feels good to kind of open this pose up by sagging our right leg back. It just brings a little bit more of the weight bearing down into the shoulder, getting a little bit more of a stretch to the neck and shoulder, and also kind of opens this pose up. Not necessary by any means, but it is kind of interesting to see where we can take our body when we just are in balance. I mean, this is really about being balanced here in our bodies and being relaxed in our bodies. So just taking a moment to breathe. Again, finding that breath. Noticing even in situations like this, you're still breathing. And then reaching the right arm back up. Go ahead and secure yourself back to the ground with that right hand. Bring your right knee back down, press back up. Let's go ahead and come back up onto hands and knees. And actually, let's even go ahead and take ourselves back to a down dog. So inhale, exhale, press back to a down dog. Starting to notice how we are feeling, how down dog kind of reveals if we're feeling strong and steady, or if we're feeling like we just want to go back to bed. It's kind of good to know that before we get into the rest of the practice. You can adjust accordingly. Maybe it's adjusting your mindset. Taking an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. And let's go ahead this time, let's go ahead and float to a plank. So we're just going to continue through our body a little bit, getting into our core here and our shoulders for a moment. So just coming into a plank, feeling strong, steady, stable, hands directly underneath the shoulders. And then we're just going to press that back to a down dog. So pressing back. And inhale, floating to plank. And exhale, pressing back to down dog. 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. 1 more time. Inhaling and exhaling. And now go ahead and come forward into a plank and then make your way down to your forearms. Make your way down to your forearms. Getting a little bit closer to the ground, but we're still staying up. Our hips are still lifted. Our cores are engaged. Our chest is opening up. Taking an inhale and exhale. While we're here, what the heck, let's count for 20. Holding it for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming to the knees, press the hips back just for a moment, just to restore our spine for just a few seconds. Don't get too comfy here. Taking an inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. With every pose, it's good to have a counter pose, especially if there's any stress or strain going on to your muscles. Speaking of, come on back to plank. Get the core engaged. Feel that lower back working. Feel the shoulders strong. Feel the chest open. If your lower back is fired up, that means your core is not working to support it equally. So feel that equal engagement from your lower back to your core as we squeeze for another 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to the knees, press back one more time. I'm feeling good, feeling nice. Press it back. And then rise up onto hands and knees and circle through the hips and shoulders. So check out that range of motion as you move through shoulders and hips. Up, around, and through. And the other direction, up, around, and through. And then coming back up onto hands and knees, a couple cat-cows before we take it to the other side. Just always observing that flexion and extension of our spine as we inhale and exhale. Maybe starting to feel the body warming up a little bit, inhaling and exhaling. And then coming back, taking our left leg, reaching our right arm forward. Big inhale, opening up. Exhale, squeeze it under. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, contract. Inhale and exhale. Remember the breath that we talked about in the beginning, that full breath. Here we're opening up our whole front side of our body. Inhale. Here we are, exhale, squeezing, contracting. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Kind of lied. Here's our last one. Big inhale, reach it up. Go ahead and set your right hand down, keeping your left leg straight. Spin the left foot flat just behind the toes of the right. Making sure your right hand is directly underneath your right shoulder, bringing your left hand to your hip if that feels good to start, and maybe eventually all the way up. Notice that you're not crunching down on that right shoulder. Notice that you're squeezing up in those side obliques as you're lifting and lengthening and reaching and expanding our body, our arms, our legs, all on the same plane. We check that by drawing our left hand down and then feeling it coming all the way up and over, staying on that same plane range of motion. Check your head, check your shoulders, reaching, lifting, lengthening, pressing into the outer edge of that left foot. Press into the outer edge of the left foot. Reaching. And then go ahead and come back up. Again, keeping your hand up or maybe hand to hip, whatever feels good to get you to that place of balance where we can lift up the leg off the ground. So now our left leg is at a 90-degree angle from the ground and our right kneeling knee. And we're staying lifted in our right shoulder. We haven't crunched down into our right shoulder. Big inhale, reaching, expanding, and exhale. Left hand comes down, left knee comes down, right arm is coming up, circling the wrist, both directions. Big inhale, exhale, slip the right hand down through the left hand, left knee coming down onto your right shoulder, right side of the neck, right ear. Soften it in. With your left hand, if it felt good to wrap it, you could do it one more time. Wrap it around. And if you like the idea of lengthening out that leg, you could do that as well. Again, just sort of deepens into the stretch a bit. shows you where your body can go. Taking an inhale and exhale. Notice I've got my hand wrapped all the way around to my right thigh. You can also just choose to have it right here at your lower back, but ultimately we're opening up that left shoulder as much as we can. And then reaching it up again with the hand, the left hand, anchoring ourselves back, pressing up, back onto hands and knees. One more time, we're gonna press back to our down dog. Taking an inhale, opening up, exhale, press back, down dog. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, stick the tongue out, ah. And again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, stick the tongue out. Ah. Who cares if you feel silly? Do it one more time. Take an inhale. Exhale. Ah. Release everything. On your next inhale, float to a plank. You may want to lower yourself down slowly for the count of 10. If you're like me, you may want to come to your knees and just lower yourself down safely and slowly. We're going to grab our strap. I talked about using our strap. We're going to do it now. We're going to grab our strap. We're going to hook it around our ankles. So in fact, you may actually need to sit up for a moment if you want to hook it around, or if you have a band, or if you have a belt of some nature. We're going to hook it around and so that it's on both of our ankles, and then we're going to reach back and hook our hands with the straps or belt, flexing our feet. We're just going to start by just pulling back. So our shoulders are opening up to the back right now as we flex our feet. You could potentially also, if you don't have a strap at all, hook your hands onto your ankles here and just use that for your pose as well. So either way, if you have a strap, we're going to hook the strap around and wrap it around our ankles, flex our feet. If you don't have a strap, hook your hands, grab the ankles. But let's take an inhale, fill the belly up, and rise up. And then as you exhale, squeeze the heels down towards you. So now we're stretching the quads as well. So squeeze the heels down towards you. And then again, flex your feet. Press the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. As you open up the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest. Big inhale. And then again, exhale, squeeze down. 2 more like this. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, squeeze it down. 1 more. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, squeeze it down. Now, if your strap is long enough, take your hands all the way to the end of the strap now and straighten your arms out to the side like bird wings, or if you want, you could even pull them even further up front, kind of in a press. As you take your inhale with your feet hooked onto the straps and your arms out to the side, press, inhale, open and expand. Big inhale. And then exhale, come down. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, come on down. 2 more. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, come on down. 1 more. Inhale, press it up. And exhale, come on down. Grab your strap, set it off to the side. Press back onto hands and knees. Inhale your right leg back. And exhale, sleep it through. Not sleep it, slip it through. To bring your right foot forward, your back on your left knee. And then keep the strap handy because you may want to use it again here pretty soon. Taking an inhale and exhale, we're going to straighten out our right leg as we press back into our hips. So we're not moving too much from this position that we're in. We keep our knee and our foot together, and we're sinking back. So here's where if you have a strap, you might hook the strap around and use the strap to help to pull you back. And then press it forward and pull it back. So just see to what degree that you can get that leg straight. You could also have some blocks here on either side. Press it back, holding onto those blocks. One more time, press it back. This time, hold it here. And maybe you even reach down and massage into your calf. Massage into the back of the leg all the way up the hamstring. And then from here, press into that same right front foot. Tuck the toes of the back left. Lift the knee up. Low crescent lunge, sinking down. Have your blocks here if you want them. Keep your strap handy. Taking an inhale and exhale. Press back into both legs straight. Forward fold. Releasing your head, neck, and shoulders. Taking an inhale and exhale. Again, you could have your strap here. You could hook your strap around that front foot, and you could lift your toes and pull your right toes towards you as you fold it in. Depends on how deep you've taken your stance, to what degree you can balance. Getting into a stretch of the right leg here while sinking into the left heel. Taking an inhale and exhale. All these props can get a little bit much, right, sometimes. So just allow yourself to feel the stretch wherever you want to get it, in the hamstring, in the back of the left leg. But for a breath or two, just release your head and neck and shoulders. Taking an inhale and exhale. And then bending your right knee, stepping up again. Forward fold. We're back to the top of our mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking an inhale. And exhale, folding it in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to a plank this time. Back to a plank. Big inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale. We're going to rise up to cobra. So cobra, our hands are on either side of our chest. We're filling our belly. We're inhaling. And exhale, lowering it down. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Hands on the chest. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Press it back to down dog. Taking an inhale and exhale, come down onto your knees. Inhale, left leg comes back. Exhale, slip left foot forward. Taking that inhale and exhale again. Grab your strap if you like. Pressing back. Flexing the left toes towards you. Pulling the left toes towards you. Sink back into the hip. Release your head and neck. And then again, press forward and press it back. Press forward, press it back. And then pressing forward onto the left toes again, tucking the toes of the back right, grabbing your blocks if you liked having those blocks on either side as you lift and lengthen. And sink it down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Taking an inhale and exhale. We're going to press back into a straight leg again. So now folding it over, nose to knee. You could lift the toes. You could grab your strap. You could not do any of that. You could also just stay here and forward fold. You could shorten your stance a little bit so that you can lift those toes. Releasing our head and neck. To whatever degree we're here, we're getting a stretch in the back of our legs and into our forward fold. So notice that your head, your neck, your shoulders are released, relaxed. Find that space in your body so that you can fold and release and relax. Taking an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhale. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bend that knee so that you can step your right foot up to meet your left, back to forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up all the way. And exhale, hands to heart. We're back up, we're standing. We're gonna grab our strap. We're gonna take our strap, we're gonna hook it underneath our foot and find our balance. So we're gonna lift up, finding our balance. And then see if we can't straighten it out and bring it back. Straighten it out, bring it back. Couple more, out and back, out and back. Taking it out one more time. This time, grab the strap with your right hand. Taking your hand maybe to your left hand, maybe to your hip. See if you can't open out to the side. Keeping your balance, keeping your focus. Taking an inhale and exhale. And now taking that same strap, switching, holding it with your left and crossing over your body. Inhaling and exhaling. And then coming back to center, grab the strap with both, squeeze it up one more time, and set it down. How'd we do? Shake out the leg. We're going to use this leg now, so now we're going to bring it to the other side, finding our focus, finding our balance, lifting it up, taking it out and in, out and in, out and in, out. If you have any knee issues, this is actually a really good one to strengthen the knee in this balancing pose, so long as you're balancing, your quick twitch muscles are working to support you. And then flexing and extending out the opposite knee here. Now, see if you can't take it out to the side, possibly using a little assistance of a wall or a chair nearby is always good too, to ensure that you can do the pose. Taking an inhale and exhale. And taking it to the other side, using those hip flexors to move you through the pose. Inhale and exhale, feeling those quick twitch muscles firing in your ankles to keep you steady and supported. And then coming back, squeeze it up one more time and set it down. Whew. Shake out the legs. Take the arms out to the side, holding onto the strap. Take the legs out wide. Take an inhale and exhale and thread the shoulders with the strap up and down. Using your breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale and exhale, externally open your toes out, bend bending your knees on the way down, taking it down and up and back. Noticing if your knees are directly over your feet. Seeing how as you bring the strap up and down, if you can feel that smooth movement in the shoulders coming up, around, and down, and up, around, and down. Couple more, inhaling and exhaling. One more here. One more. Before taking it all the way up, press it up, bending both knees, take it over to the side. Full side body stretch. Squeeze it down. And then come up and squeeze it down to the other side. And then come up, parallel the feet. Let the hands come behind as you fold all the way down. With the hands behind, opening up the chest, feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Now bringing your hand down so your left hand comes down to meet your left foot. Open the right arm up. Big inhale, lifting and lengthening, squeeze and open. And then come back and take it to the other side. Just got a little hip pop in there, opening it up. And back to center, lift and lengthen. And exhale, set the strap down, set it off to the side. Go ahead and come and grab your weights. If you have them, if you got them, and come right back. Taking the arms, circle back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. And now opening out with the palms facing out, externally opening up the toes, bend the knees, bringing the hands together, open and close, open and close. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull them up, elbows as high as the shoulders, bringing it down for rotator cuff. Going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, push it up, bring it down, push it up, bring it down. Going for 10, 9, shoulders and hips nice and loose, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. We're going to reach across like a punch and squeeze it back. Reach across, squeeze it back. Reach across, squeeze it back. Reach across, squeeze it back. So alternating, as you can see, I'm coming onto the ball, that back foot, as I'm taking it side to side. Punch, back to center, back to center. Pressing down, pressing down. So now we're going to come and stay on one side as we reach across. This next time we're going to press, we're going to reach across, we're going to stay here, and we're going to pull it back, pull it back. So make sure that your knee is directly over your foot and you're on the ball of that back, and we're going to pull it back. Keep pulling it back. So feel that shoulder blades squeeze together as you pull across and pull it back. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, swivel to the other side. So now the other knee should be directly over your foot as you're reaching across, pulling it back. Kind of like you're sawing. Keep that elbow as high as the shoulder, or as high as the shoulder that you can get it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back to center. Parallel the feet. Bend the knees. Press it back for tricep. As you come forward, pull it up for bicep. As you inhale, straighten up for shoulder. Bring it down. Press it back. Pull it up. Push it up. Bring it down. Press it back. Pull it up. Push it up. Here we go. Back. Squeeze. Press. Back down. Press. Squeeze. Up. Back down. Keep it going. Squeeze. Up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it out side to side. Loosening up the shoulders one more time. Before taking it all the way out, big inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding it in. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, put a bend to your knees, hands down to the ground, pulling up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull it up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down, straighten the legs, release the head and neck. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, keep your left hand down, bring your right arm up. Open up. Nice twist, opening, expanding. And then exhale, set it down. Take it to the other side, open it up. And come on down. Inhaling halfway. Exhale. Swivel the heels in, bend the knees, sink down. Either a yogic squat or kind of like a sumo squat. Sink it down. And then take a little twist, side to side, side to side. And then from where we are, we're going to set down. We're going to set our weights down and just circle through the hips and shoulders. Finding yourself seated comfortably, circle through the hips and shoulders. Just taking a little journey around our mat today. Never really sure where we're going, but knew the strap was going to come in handy at some point. We're going to continue to use the strap here one more time. So as we come onto our backs, grab the strap. Hook it around your feet. Make sure you're in the center of your mat. And lift the legs up. So maybe the legs are straight, maybe the legs are a little bent, but feel yourself lifting up in your heart. So pulling yourself up in the heart. Big inhale. And then slowly lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull it back up for 1. We're going to do that a couple more times. Taking an inhale, lowering down for 10. Stay lifting the chest. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back up. Lift it in the chest. One more time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back up because you can. All right, this time we'll go down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up overhead. Feel your spine nice and flat against the mat. Pull your toes towards you. Again, use the strap. Pull the toes towards you. Get a stretch in those legs. And then let your left leg come out. Keep your right leg straight, holding on with your right strap. Right hand to your right strap. Let your right leg open out to the side. So remember when we were standing and we were balancing and we were doing this? Now here we are on the ground doing the exact same thing. So taking an inhale and exhale, straightening yourself all the way so that you can get that leg all the way out to the side to whatever degree you can to open up out to the side. Big inhale, expanding. Externally letting those toes come down towards the ground. And then we're going to switch it out. So now we're going to bring our left hand to hold on to the strap and cross over to the other side. Ooh, this feels good. Going into the deeper twist to the other side, holding on now with your left hand with the strap. You're drawing your right straight leg over to the left side. Anchoring your right shoulder down. And then come on back up and switch it out. So now take your left leg up, holding on with the left strap, your right leg comes down and out. Let your left leg come over to the side, externally opening up out to the side. Let your right shoulder anchor down. An example of how our bodies are capable of things that we may or may not be aware of just simply by changing our perspective. So this is the exact same pose that we were doing standing, only now lying down. Notice the difference, what's available to you. Notice where your mind is here versus when you were standing, taking it across to the other side. Sometimes it's just a matter of how you approach things, right? Taking an inhale and exhale. Finding what is accessible in our bodies. Inhale and exhale. We took it to the other side by grabbing with our right hand and taking the left leg straight over to the right side. Inhale and exhale. And then coming back one more time, let both legs come up, place the feet into the strap, taking an inhale and exhale. Now either squeezing the soles of the feet together and tightening up the strap around those feet and pulling the heels down towards you, or spreading the feet hips width, using the strap to pull the knees down towards you, or getting rid of the strap altogether and just taking happy baby. And as you're doing that, our goal here is to feel our entire spine flat, pressing against the earth. Feeling our neck lengthening and reaching out the top of the head. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing down to the earth. And maybe even rock a little side to side. And then from there, maybe you open out wide side straddle because it feels good. And then maybe you lift the legs straight up overhead. And then bringing the soles of the feet down, bending the knees, cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. As you inhale with your right ankle on top of your left knee, press and lift your hips up and melt and soften your right knee down to the ground. And then exhale, lower the hips and squeeze the left knee towards you. Again, as you inhale, press the sole of the left foot down, lift the hips up, melt the right knee down. As you exhale, squeeze the left knee towards you, press the right knee away. One more time, press the sole of the left foot down, inhale, lift the hips, soften the right knee. Exhale, squeeze. Right where you are, squeeze that right knee in tight, take the arms out to the side, and just take a twist over to the left side. Let your wrap knees melt to the left side as your right shoulder anchors to the ground. Inhale and exhale. And then come back, untangle the legs. Let your left ankle come on top of your right knee. Inhale, press the hips up, melt the left knee down. Exhale, squeeze the right knee towards you. Let the left knee open away. Press the right foot down, open the arms out to the side like a T, lift the hips up, inhale. Exhale, squeeze. One more time, inhale, lifting the hips up. And exhale, squeeze. And then taking your left knee, wrapping it on top of your right, arms are open and wide to the side, squeeze over to the right. Taking an inhale and exhale, soften into the twist. When you're ready, untangle your legs. Draw yourself, give yourself a big hug, squeeze those knees to the chest, take in a sip of air, inhale, and exhale, release everything down to the ground. We're done. We are done. Hopefully we got all the bits and pieces in there, taking an inhale and exhale. Now we get to see and feel that space between our practice and the rest of our day, noticing how any shift that may have occurred from when we started to where we are now, feeling a little bit more open, a little bit more released, maybe a little bit more relaxed, maybe a little bit more energized. Noticing your entire body, feeling 100% supported by the earth below. Noticing your toes, your ankles, your knees, your hips, all the way up the spine to the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, and fingertips. Feel your jaw, your tongue, your eyes, the space between your brows. For some people, this is the hardest part. They want to skip it. They want to rush through it. But ultimately, this is where the true benefit lies, is feeling the space and time in your body. We're always going. Take a moment to stop and bring it back to your breath. Remembering the breath that we started, as you inhale, fill the belly, feel it rise all the way up into the chest. And then exhale, feel it come from the chest and back down to the belly. Do that 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And just see if you can't feel and see. If your eyes are closed, you may even be able to actually see that wash of calm come over your body. Noticing any tingling sensations or anything that's going on in your body. For one more moment, being still and silent. Before you move, before you do anything, just scan your body one more time from your toes, your ankles, your knees, your hips, your spine, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your fingertips, your jaw, your tongue, your eyes, the space between your brows. Take an inhale. This time, fill your entire body with your breath. Feel your entire body expand. Notice how that brings a sense of new energy into your body. And then as you exhale, feel your entire body release and relax to the earth. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, filling your entire body with your breath, feeling it getting energized. And then exhale, releasing. 1 more time. Inhaling and exhaling. And this time, reach your arms up long overhead, reaching and stretching it out. Exhale, squeeze the knees to the chest, give yourself a big hug. And we're gonna rock ourselves up to a comfortable seated position so that we can seal our practice with 3 breaths for our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. So taking an inhale, filling our body with our breath, inhale. This one's for our minds. May they be clear. And again, reaching up for our bodies. May they be healthy and strong. And 1 more time for our spirits. May they be lifted. Hands to heart. Namaste. Thank you for taking that journey with me. Appreciate you being here. Hope it woke you up and helped you out.